to another great video game ideas not used video, GVGINU for short. As always, I'm Andre. I just wanted to talk about the Xbox One. I found out some things I really didn't like hearing, and then there were a few things that I was kind of excited about. So I have a few mixed emotions here about it. Really not emotions, just thoughts, but that sounded better at first, and then I rethought it the second I let it out my mouth. No. But as I look at this, we're at an impasse with Microsoft. They put out two game consoles, and now I don't know if you can really call the Xbox One a game console when I look at it. I mean, I had put out a couple videos. Well, I had made a couple videos. I'd actually only put one up until I realized the horrible mistake I made on it, so I took it down. But yeah, I'm looking at it, and I was going to do a reaction video, but now I'm like, the reaction to the reveal only part of the video, just to say there were things that I thought were missing, and those things got answered pretty quickly after the reveal was over. So it's no point in me even doing that video now. But as I'm looking at it, looking at things, the Xbox One, it's not really a game console anymore. It's an entertainment console. Which that's not bad. That's fine in and of itself, but there are a lot of people who are turned off by some of the things that they found out about it, or at least some of the things that have been hinted at to be true. Now, it isn't true that the console has to always be online in order to play games. But it is true that if you don't have online, you have a very limited experience of the game. So that means if there are things that change with the game, like patches or whatever, or something that fixes something in the game, you're screwed on it because you don't have internet access. Then you also have to think about the fact that you have to basically tie every game that you own to your account, your Xbox Live account. Which, again, that's not bad. But at the same time, there comes this whole thing with dealing with the having to pay a fee to play used or borrowed games. That is where it comes to be a problem. You can't trade off games with people anymore. You can't rent games anymore, and you can't just like sell off and buy games anymore without having to worry about that fee, which, I mean, so far it sounds like that it truly is there, and I hope for a fact that that's not true. Because I honestly would rather see game companies themselves to decide to buy back the games and sell them off used. Like, they purchase the games back from the gamers and give incentives to sell them back to them so that they can resell their games. At least for the developers. But when I look at this, I'm like, what the fuck? Seriously? No, we don't need to do that. That's what is up with the gaming world? Why do we have so many bad decisions being made all at the same time? Like, there's a clusterfuck of stupidity in the industry right now, and I'm baffled. I mean, and I looked at the way they presented the Xbox One. Yes, it is an entertainment console. I mean, it plays games. It's going to play games, and they'll probably have some good games on it. But at the same time, there are a lot of things that people don't like about certain aspects of it, especially that tying stuff to your account. And then you think about it, you have to be online to be able to do that. So if you have a new game and you can't get online at that time, then you can't play that game. You literally can't. Which fucking sucks ass. Well, if you want to go to a friend's place and show them a game that you have and it's saved to your account and it's on the cloud and all of that, and they don't have internet access, what are you going to do? Because you can't bring it to them, and you can't port your internet access with you in your console. Which kind of stupid move. I mean, unless they're going to decide, hey, we're going to put in our own mobile network into the console, and then on top, if they did that, they would definitely charge more for it because of the fact that it has its own It has its own portable network. And that's, I'm just like, no, why did you do this? And then I gotta look at the fact that, I mean, yes, like I said, I like the way the controller's designed. I like the look and the design of the Xbox One itself because it's simplistic, and I'm fine with something that looks and feels and operates in a simplistic manner as long as it does what it's supposed to. I just don't see the point in forcing players who purchase the product to have to install the games. It's not a bad thing in and of itself. Like, I just don't like the notion that you have to install. And then there's also the fact that hey, you can't play new games if you don't have an internet connection. Therefore, if you have a lousy, shitty ass connection and can barely get your connection to work for anything, you're fucked. You are fucked in ways you don't even, like, well, I'm pretty sure you understand. Never mind that. I'm not even going to say that you don't understand. And I mean, and I watched Adam Sandler's interview with whatever the fuck the guy's name was. I forget it now. And like, he completely danced around a lot of questions, but at the same time answered the questions in such a way that it made it very obvious to people that this isn't a system necessarily made for gamers. They're trying to hit everyone. They said, fuck just getting at gamers. We're going to take everybody. Which, kind of stupid. Because gamers are the base of where you need to keep your attention. So you're going to say, hey, we got this group right here. We're going to take this. We got this group. We're happy with this group. But we want them too. So we're going to focus on them, and then we're going to leave these people here because they're going to come back to us. That's not true. That shit is not going to... I mean, in all fairness, we don't know everything. But to be at the same time, it only takes one or two bad things to happen or come to fruition to make people who play video games, a lot of gamers, fucking jump ship on you. Yes, gamers are very fickle fucking people. I mean, I still want to give Microsoft the chance to fucking explain themselves with this shit. That's why I'm still looking forward to E3, because there's more information that we need that we don't have. But I mean, like I said, Adam Sessler had that interview with the guy, and he was asking him about games, and he talked about TV and movies and all this shit without online. Like, what? He asked you about games. All you had to do simply was answer the fucking question right away. Why did you turn it into some shit about fucking Blu-ray movies and watching television before you even mentioned games? Games are the sole purpose of a game console. If you don't have games on a game console, it is a pointless piece of shit. That is my standpoint. And I just... why, Microsoft, are you going this route? You're alienating the people who got you to the point that you're at. You're literally doing it. I mean, and this is worse than what Nintendo is doing, so I may have to write out a petition about this too once I have better information. Because I damn sure don't want to have to link my disc to my account if my online is dead. If my internet goes out, my cable is down, and I have a new game that I haven't played yet, I can't play it on my console? It's fucking stupid. Instead of trying to take fees out for used games and things like that, don't do it yourselves. Suggest it to the developers, to the publishers. Hey, these are your games. Go ahead and make buyback plans for the people that support your companies. Make buyback plans so that they can sell back the games to you that they're done with, that they've played through and they no longer want to have. Sell those games back to you guys. You give them incentives to do it, and then they will come back and buy directly from you again. That is a better idea than having a console company do this. Because it makes people not want to go to them. It makes them want to say, fuck you. I'm just going to go to your competitor because they're offering me something better. And at this point, PS4 actually does look like it has a better setup for people who just really want to play games. So Microsoft, I mean, I understand you didn't show us a bunch of stuff at for your press conference because that would be pointless. E3 isn't that far off, so it would be a stupid move. But at the same time, you're making people feel like it's not a game console. And if that is the case and it's just solely an entertainment console, then why did you even involve video games at all? You should have taken the Xbox name off of it and made it something else. And dropped games from it completely. I mean, the whole entertainment experience thing, yes, people play games to be entertained, but we separate our video game entertainment from the rest of our entertainment generally. I mean, yes, it's nice to have it all in one place, but at the same time, when, like I said, with this always online crap, I mean, yeah, it's not a definite thing that's always got to be online to play the games, but you have to have an online connection to at least start a new game. And I'm thinking about, like a lot of people have said in comments on YouTube and other places, what about people in the military who don't have a steady internet connection? Now you're just saying fuck the troops and anybody outside of the country that takes the, like, literally that's just like fucking everybody over. It's an awful way to do things. And I'm just, no, I don't approve of it the way it is. And I honestly did like some of the features that they presented. I'm not gonna lie, I did like that you could multitask watching television and go ahead and go on the internet and look something up, or you could play a game and like look something up, or you could be talking to somebody on Skype while you're watching a movie, like, and you can look at them, they can see you, or you can, like, there's a number of things you can do with multitasking with the system, which that's great, that's fucking awesome. Just like I feel like Forza looks like an amazing game. And also, I mean, Call of Duty Ghost, and I am not a Call of Duty fan by any means. I mean, yeah, I like shooters and military games, but Call of Duty got to the point where it got that to me. And Ghost interested me because it's like a narrative-driven game. It's a narrative-driven story to the game that makes it more interesting for me to play it because there's more to be involved in. But I was just like, wow. And I mean, even the graphics, like, they're like, they look beautiful, but I mean, it's not like it's well beyond what the 360 and the PS3 can do. But it stays at that resolution, but there's more that they can do within that resolution, which makes it look better. And I mean, and it almost looks like it's graphically superior to the PS4 from what I've seen. But at the same time, we haven't really seen like same game side by side on both, so I'm not going to speculate that it is. But it's just like, why are you guys making this a pain in the ass, this generation of games? So I want to say it this way. I'm going to look at it this way. Do you feel, does the industry truly feel like the 8th generation of consoles is where everything should die? Because that's what it feels like everybody's bringing it to. I mean, Nintendo with the whole thing with the less players. Yes, it's a legal move. Is it a good move? No, it's a bad move. It's a bad move because you get negative response from it. You have to think about how the people that are watching and are playing are going to be affected by that and how they're going to react to you. Just like this whole thing with needing to be online damn near constantly. It causes problems. Like, yes, you can have your console have an online connection all of the time, but if you make it a necessity for the basic uses of the console, then there is a problem. And that is where Microsoft is sitting right now. And I mean, PS4 could very well have the same problem with the used games. We don't know. The only thing that they confirmed is that it will play used games. They never said anything about how that will be handled. And yes, a lot of people jumped on it, and I honestly say too, yeah, I was like, okay, that's a good move, Sony. But now this has me thinking, like, why would Microsoft put themselves in that position if they didn't know something about their competition that we may not have known? And it's just a thought, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and end this because I think I've talked enough about it, and if I do feel the need to say any more, I'll just make another video. But for now, thank you for checking this out. Keep an eye out for more of my stuff. Hopefully, you'll like me enough to hit subscribe. I know that was a cheesy smile, but yeah. Keep an eye out for more of my content. I write articles. I do have my website, and I'm on Twitter and Facebook as well as SoundCloud. I have to do more podcasts. I have sorely been lacking on those. But thank you very much for checking out my video, keeping out for more of my stuff, and until then, enjoy your games.